Tell me when we should go live with our mics.
So do you?
Why don't I do play-by-play just because?
Play-by-play? Okay.
Just because. So I'm trying to get live here. Welcome to the Chaska Community Center. I'm John Rash, joined on color commentary tonight by John Woodford. We're in the second period, just began it, of this Jefferson JV game versus the Chaska Chanhassen Stormhawks. Our apologies for not being able to bring you the first period, technical difficulties, and John, as well as our friend and cameraman tonight, Kurt Krenz, were kind enough to work on it. Here comes Elise Tyus with a nice sharp shot on the goalie. That shot is the 8th, John, of the Jefferson Jaguars. They lead CHASKACHAN in shots 8-5, but no score on the board. I know while you were diligently working on getting the camera going here for the second period, it was a tightly played first period. Actually, the best offensive opportunity for CHASKACHAN came with them shorthanded. Only one power play, and that was for the Jaguars in the first period. Otherwise, it's been a pretty clean, pretty fast game. Some good goaltending on both ends as Megan Delarwell looked to field that puck, but it just went wide. Puck down in the defensive end, but brought out by Elise Tyus. She tries to hit and indeed does connect with Ella First, her line mate. And Megan Tawi goes down. Looks like we could get an offsides. And indeed, that's what we got here. And I know, John, you haven't had much time to pay attention, but any initial observations here?
Yeah, can't offer much at this point. Just kind of, I guess, recap the last week. This is the third match of these teams in the past couple of weeks. Jefferson won the first one. Second round was a tie. They've all been close games, so expect this one to be similar. So far, it looks like the first period's been
very good
close.
point. Jefferson won, but not by much. Then a tie, and this one's 0-0 with 13:27 remaining here in the second. Shots 8-5 in favor of the Jags, who are trying to pry it loose on the sidewall here. It is brought out, but we're going to get either an interference or a checking call. That was quite obvious. Two hands went up there by the officials. So the Jaguars, John, are going to go onto their second power play here as they bring CHASKACHAN Stormhawk to the bench. Looks like I think they're calling checking on that, but can't tell because the official's back is to us. We'll wait for the announcement, but we don't have to wait to say we got 5 out there, and the face-off was taken by the Jags, but it does kick back into the Stormhawks' hands, and a little bit of a scrum there on the end wall. Taylor Keats is able to clear it, but hits the official's foot, or skate, unfortunately, and the Stormhawks are able to clear. Mendel back on defense here. She kicks it back, and again, Stormhawks, as I mentioned, John, had a nice opportunity shorthanded, and they have a pretty effective penalty kill here, but Jags are looking to bring it into the zone, brought down deep by Layla Perry, goes around the end. Her line mate, Allie Moore, will pick it up in back of the net, kicks it forward, and gets it loose here, but there's still a scrum here. So back to the point here, Mendel hits some traffic here, and that call indeed was body checking. It could have been that or interference, but it was clearly a penalty. Nice sharp shot there, but taken and then eventually covered by the CHASKACHAN goalie. That is now her 9th save. No goals allowed here, no goals allowed by number 42, Megan Delarwell, the Jaguar goalie.
Yeah, good chance there by Allie Moore. Stormhawk defense left her open, and she took advantage of what they gave her and took a good shot, but a good save by the goalie. Oh, and here comes a tripping penalty on Jefferson, but this is one of those good penalties where
Couldn't agree more, John. Annabelle Lindman tried to take a shot, couldn't get her stick on it, and it kicked out, and it looked like a sure breakaway, either inadvertent or on purpose. She ended up tripping the breakout CHASKACHAN Stormhawk. She's going to go to the bench for 2 for tripping, but it avoided a dangerous situation for the Jags there. So we're going to have 4-on-4 for 46 seconds, assuming no one scores, and but the Jags are putting out there and win the face-off there by Elise Tyus, who brings it in back of the net, but strong shot by CHASKACHAN, very well covered by Meg.
Good play by the CHASKACHAN player, won the battle below the goal line and came out front and tried to stuff it 5-hole, but a good save by DeLarwell.
Elise Tyus will again take the face-off, but it's won this time by the Stormhawks. They try to put a shot on net, but hits traffic in front. Part of that traffic was Elise Tyus. She picks up the puck, brings it into the offensive zone, gets a shot off, but it's deflected and thus goes wide. She's looking for her line mate, Ella First there, and when the puck kicks back, it of course won't be icing because it's 4-on-4, but it won't be that for long, or it will be icing because it's 4-on-4 is what I meant to say, and so it'll go back into the Stormhawk defensive zone to their goaltender's left. And 14 seconds, Jaguars are going to be on the penalty kill.
Couldn't tell if that one was going to make it all the way to the goal line or not. Just barely enough to get there for the icing.
Face-off taken by Layla Perry and won. Nice sharp shot by Lainey Schramm, but kind of hits the corner of the net as well as the pad of the goaltender. Kicked right in front, and good offensive opportunity, good hustle by Allie Moore there. Puck still kept in the zone here, but through comes the skater for Chaska. It's now a 5-on-4 situation. Really nice glove save right there for Megan DeLarwell.
Good job holding on to the puck, not leaving any rebound. So we've got minute and 3 seconds of CHASKACHAN power play now that the Jaguars have to kill off.
Face-off will be to DeLarwell's right, and taking it will be Layla Perry. Jags definitely are going to try to win the face-off and get it clear. They can push it right down if they do, but it ends up in a Stormhawk stick, but then intercepted by a Jaguar stick here as Mendel tries to break out here. Perry tries to do the same. She's sent flying here. Very aggressive move by Allie Moore, and she's bringing it in. She might have a clear shot here. She does. Tries to put it 5-hole, but a nice save by the Stormhawk goalie, but a good opportunity, even if it were even strength, but that was shorthanded, John.
Yeah. She might have been able to sneak a pass across to Layla Perry there, but it would have been a tough pass to make, but she would have been wide open if she could have got a pass through.
Another interception here by the Jaguars. They're going to bring it down. They may have numbers here. Nice sharp shot, good stick save, but not the paddle of the stick, basically the blade of the stick there by the Stormhawk goalie there. Stormhawks trying to get organized. They only have 5 seconds remaining in their power play. Tries to kick it to the open Stormhawk, but pass does not connect here. Jags are now full strength. They have Elise Tyus coming off the bench here. Try to get it through to her, but it looks like it's going to be an icing call. Go back down for a face-off in front of Megan DeLarwell. 0-0 here in the second, 9:50 remaining. Shots 12 for the Jaguars, 7 for the Stormhawks. Face-off is going to be taken by Towie, won by Towie, and she controls it herself, kind of kicks it to herself here, looking for first up there, moves it forward here. It looks like it's going to be another icing unless she catches up. She doesn't. So we're going to have yet another face-off in pretty much the same space. So players getting their work out here, John, 200 feet all the way down and set to do it again here.
So. A couple icings that they're just a tiny bit slower. Would have been perfect pace to avoid the icing, but just barely creeped over the goal line.
So Towie again on the face-off and again controls it. She gets it to her line mate. Looks like Ella First. Streaking down in the middle is Elise Tyus, looking to get a feed here, but intercepted by the Stormhawks. Lindman looks to get it on the sideboard, but puck gets cleared, moves back in by a nice move by Tyus, but Jags have to tag up here. Back to the Stormhawks there at center ice, bring it into the zone. Good back checking by the Jaguars to avoid a closer in shot. Puck behind the net, puts it right in front by Megan Delarwell, but it hits some traffic. And a nice sharp shot sneaks through. A really strong dive by Megan Delarwell to try to make the save, but just eluded her. It's 1-0 Chaska-Chan.
Yeah, puck. Megan was trying her best there, kept on puck going back across the crease and just couldn't keep up with it too many times. We need a little more help from the defense on that one.
And speaking of her defense, they both skate back quickly to bolster Megan, give her fist bump there. They know what a great athletic move she just made, but it just eluded her as she was diving to try to stop it. Goal by Chaska-Chan on their 8th shot. Jefferson has 12, but it's 1-0 Stormhawks. 8:58 remaining here in the second period. Puck goes back into the Jaguar defensive zone, and Jags trying to get a handle on it here. Attempted a wraparound shot, but cleared out, it looks like, by Allie Moore, although brought back in. Now it gets out there. Layla Perry looking for her line mates, including Taylor Keith. So Anderson for Chaska-Chan on that goal. Jaguars again pinned back a little bit deep in their zone. And even though the shots don't show it, ice has been a little bit tilted, wouldn't you say, John, towards Chaska-Chan?
Yeah, second period, Chaska. Shots don't seem to change much, but the puck has been down in Jefferson zone a lot.
Indeed, and I think we're going to avoid icing here. Here comes Jaguars trying to clear it out, get it to Layla Perry, who brings it out of the defensive zone, moves it into the offensive zone. No icing, that's waved off, but the puck will be controlled by the Stormhawks here, who bring it around the end wall. A nice attempted an interception by Ella First. A little bit of play here in the neutral zone, but brought into the offensive zone. Towie now giving chase at the end wall, but some good back checking by the Stormhawks. At least Tyus gets a hold of it. Now she gets a nice pass over to Ella First. Really nice opportunity there, but Chaska-Chan goalie anticipated it, swallowed it up. But probably the best offensive opportunity of the period, wouldn't you say, so far?
Yes, that was good vision by Towie to realize she had First open across the crease instead of just firing it on net. Made a good pass across, but it was a well read by the goalie and a good save.
Mendel makes an attempt at a shot, but goes just a bit wide. Puck eventually kicks out, controlled by Chaska-Chan as they bring it into the neutral zone, but they're going to be offside by a couple of feet there. We'll have a neutral zone draw here. Chaska-Chan looking to change all 5 skaters, but the 5 for the Jags are staying out here, where we have looks like Towie taking the face-off and winning the face-off, gets it to Elise Tyus to about the red line, but brought into the offensive zone by Chaska-Chan. Nice save by Megan Delarwell there on that attempt. Chaska-Chan up to 13 shots here. Really looking for a clear here are the Jaguars. They're going to get it, and they might get an offensive opportunity here as we have Ella First giving chase to the puck. She brings it behind the net and the end wall. Jags changing a couple of their forwards. Puck comes out to the neutral zone, controlled by Mendel, brought back up by Layla Perry. Another change by the Jags, so Layla's going to be solo here, and she's going to try and take a shot. She does, but it goes wide of the net here and kicks out of the offensive zone. Jags will have to regroup to get onside here. Allie Moore tries to do just that. Nice crisp pass, partly intercepted, but eventually gets to Layla Perry. She brings it on the sidewall here. Chaska-Chan gets a good clear. Good back check and a kind of a steal there by Allie Moore. She puts on the Jets here, brings it in back of the net, looking for an open player, but kicked away by Chaska-Chan and a nice defensive play, but Jags still have control. Taylor Keith brings it back up to Layla Perry. Finally cleared by Chaska-Chan, but out of desperation, they sent it about 150 feet down the ice. They got an icing, 5:50 remaining here in the second.
Yeah, it was the best shift by Jags this period. Had good pressure, Had some good passing plays, but didn't quite get any shots through. But hopefully they can keep that pressure up and tie the score up here.
They did a good job keeping it in the zone, and to the point where the Stormhawks felt they had ice at that point. So, and here come the Stormhawks, who are going to have a successful clear here. No ice, they are able to get onsides. They're in their offensive zone now. Kick it forward. Nice interception play by Janzig de la Luz, but the puck is still bouncing around there. Finally, a clear successfully done by Towie, it looks like, but Stormhawks are able to gain control. Towie goes back-to-back check along with Ella First and Elise Caius. Nice sharp shot, and couldn't tell if Megan DeLarwell got a little piece of it, but it definitely got a piece of the iron there. You could hear it all the way up here. Megan covers on the second attempt there. She's going to have a face-off to her right.
Seems like another line change for the Jags. A little bit shorter bench than last time we played this team. Had a few players that normally play varsity play in the second matchup of these teams. Now we're down to 6 skaters on the bench for this game.
Whereas CHASKACHAN have 9 at this point. So, that's certainly going to help in this period because we did not have a break for resurfacing after the first period. So it's kind of a advantage there for the Stormhawks. Nice shot attempt there, but deflected into the netting and back of the net. We'll have an offensive zone draw to the goalie's left. So Jaguars are going to try to kick it back here and get a good shot. Face-off is going to be taken by Taylor Keith. She has Perry and Moore on her wings, respectively. Puck goes back, but it's controlled by the Stormhawks, but then picked off. Oh, almost picked off. Lindman is able to get it back there. It hopped over Janzig de la Luz's stick. Looked like it was going to be a breakout attempt there by the Stormhawks, but they were offside by a foot or two, so we'll have a neutral zone draw here. Again, taking the face-off is Taylor Keith. Kicks back to the Stormhawks. They try to organize and get in the offensive zone, but giving chase aggressively is Allie Moore. She's able to kick it away. Very nice forechecking by her in that respect. And here come the Stormhawks here looking to get a shot. They do. A glove and a pad on it by Megan DeLarwell. Nice save there. That should be the 14th shot by the Stormhawks here. And Stormhawks kick it back within the neutral zone, trying to get onside, trying to get a shot, and sure enough, they're going to, and that's going to be taken by Megan. She gets it in the gut and then pounces on it to create another face-off, but a nice job by her. Shots overall, 13 for the Jags, 11 for the Stormhawks here, 1-0 score for the Stormhawks. Face-off in the defensive zone for the Jags, eventually controlled by Chaska-Chan. They bring it back, but puck really bouncing around. No one seems to be able to control it. Now at least Tyus does. She brings it forward to First. First gets a nice clear there. Stormhawks trying to reorganize in the neutral zone, but kicked away by Towie as she tries to get an opportunity, and the Jags might be in a little bit of business here because we have First and Tyus down there as well. But Stormhawks do eventually get control of it here, and they bring it down and looking for a shot, but intercepted and kicked to the corner by the Jaguars. Feldman, big high shot there, and Megan DeLarwell gets an initial glove on it. We had a rebound, kicks to the corner, goes all the way down behind the Stormhawks net. That's going to be icing here. John, 3:02, and Stormhawks with the lead, 1-0, and they're almost caught up on shots here. So as you mentioned, it seems like they have a little bit of an advantage in this period.
Yeah, Stormhawks definitely had the better play this period. It was a good icing on that case. We had some tired legs. We got the long change in the second period, so I think it was a good play to get it down and get a change.
Face-off eventually controlled by the Stormhawks. They try to get a shot off, but 3 Sentinels, 3 Jaguars standing like a soldier there, knock it down. A nice deflection there, kicks the puck wide of Megan Delarwell. Another attempt at a shot, another deflection, so nothing has directly hit the net, so some good defensive play there. Really good hustle by Allie Moore here as she not only avoids an icing, but is able to get control of the puck in the offensive zone here. Looking for a partner, hits it to Layla Perry, and kept in by Feldman there. And Taylor Keith trying to muscle her opponent over, does a good job of it. She's got it a little bit in the scrum, but boy, a nice centering pass by her. And nice opportunity and a goal. Jaguars score. Allie Moore on really aggressive play, John. 1-1. Jaguars tie the game with 2:05 remaining in the second.
They're reviewing this goal. I think it's a good thing they don't have replay because that looked like it might have been kicked in, and the refs are talking it over. Yep, no goal.
Unfortunately waved off here, so it takes nothing away from, as I mentioned, the good aggressive offensive play, but are they saying it's a kick, John? Is that the call? Okay, all right. Well,
I think that was the right call, unfortunately. The ref that called closest to it couldn't see from her angle, but the ref on the blue line had a good view of it and made the right call.
That seems to be the view of Coach KP there, too. She's clapping for her players, saying they did a good job. She's not arguing the call. She probably had a good angle for it as well, and they play on. And Jaguars again get the puck into the offensive zone, but it gets kicked out by the Stormhawks, who try to bring it into their offensive zone. They do, but a nice deflection there, and then a good glove save on kind of a sharp shot. May have been going above the net, but controlled by Megan Delarwell, avoiding any kind of a rebound off the glass.
Down to minute 47 left in the second. Shots, I think, should be even. It still says 14-13 advantage Jaguars, but there's a couple more by CHASKACHAN.
Really nice stop there. What you might have heard, if you can hear the fans reacting very heavily there. The referee had blown the whistle thinking that Megan had it covered. She actually didn't, and that's going to happen. The referees are out there. They can't always see because they are facing the same traffic that the players are. So, a little bit of an early whistle, but that happens on both sides in each game. They play on. Minute and a half remaining here in the second, and CHASKACHAN looking to add to their 1-0 lead here, but a clear by the Jaguars. Looks like icing is going to be waved off, giving Chase's Ella first, and she indeed is able to not necessarily intercept it, but deflect it. Goes to Towie's stick. Taylor Keith gives chase down there as well. So as we saw in that previous shift, a little bit of pressure here, but here come the Stormhawks back, and the puck kicks out. It's going to be offside. We'll have a neutral zone draw. 1 minute left here. And John, with a minute left here, are you thinking more offense? Let's go down and get our crack at it, or are they thinking, boy, let's just get out of here with the one, because the Stormhawks have really kind of had the initiative here.
Yeah, I'd probably just see if we can get out of this period without making any mistakes, although we might have a chance here for the Jags. Layla Perry brings in and gets her shot blocked.
Moore, with her signature speed, puts it on the half wall there. She gets it back. It's on the end wall. Taylor Keith controls. She's getting harassed and may even draw a penalty here. Looking at both reps, but no arms went down, but she went down. But she pops right back up. Tough hockey player that she is. Perry gets the puck here. She goes down by some contact with the Stormhawk here. Just 20 seconds remaining, and the Jags putting a little bit of pressure on here. Goes to Lainey Schramm's stick. Chaska seemingly desperate for clear here. Allie Moore has the puck. Just less than 10 seconds remaining, right in front, and Mandel gets a potential opportunity, hits Lainey Schramm's stick, but we hear the buzzer. So a good little last flurry there by the Jags. Maybe they can take that into the locker room and take that into the third period, Tom.
Yeah, another good shift by the Moore, Perry, and Keith line. They had several good shifts that period. They had good pressure, but couldn't couldn't quite get a goal, but hopefully they can get a little rest and come out with fresh legs for the third period.
Well, for the next dozen minutes, they're going to be clearing the ice and giving both teams a well-deserved break, especially the Jags, who have fewer players on the bench than the Stormhawks here. We will take a little bit of a break here. Of course, come back and bring you the third period as well. You're listening to Jaguars Hockey. Welcome back to Jefferson Jaguar JV Hockey. It is Thursday night in Chaska Chanhassen, and the Jefferson JV team is playing their third straight game against the Chaska Chanhassen Stormhawks, John. And boy, this has really been an even series so far. And why don't you review the three games and where we stand coming into the third here?
If I remember correctly, the first game, well, the Jags won, and I believe they were up 3-0, and Chaska scored late in the game to ruin the shutout. So Jags won that one 3-1. Second game was another close one that ended in a tie, 2-2 tie. The Jags had a late flurry there that almost got another win, but couldn't quite get it by. And this one has been another close one. Stormhawks are up 1-0. They had a strong second period and took the lead in the shots and on the scoreboard.
Indeed, shots are 15-14, but you can barely get any closer in this series here. And just for our viewers, many of them perhaps know this, the reason we're playing this team three straight times is that originally we had New Prague in a JV team that we would be playing twice because they're in our conference, as is CHASKACHAN. New Prague wasn't able to field a JV team this year, so both teams were looking for 2 extra games, decided to play 2 more against each other. So kind of like a baseball series in Major League, 3 straight games here, and they really are getting to know each other, and it's been really kind of fun here. So we're about ready to drop the puck. It is indeed dropped at a little bit of a scrum here at center ice here. Stormhawks get slight control, kicks back into the Jaguar defensive zone, but Mandel is able to intercept, moves it forward to Taylor Keith here, and first thing our viewers may notice on the screen is just how clear and clean the ice is. They're getting clear between the first and second, and it gets really chewed up here. Nice shot attempt there, but blocked, as they all have been so far, by the Chaska-Chan goaltender, but that evens the shots at 15, 14.5 as we get underway here in the third. Jaguars looking to get a cleaner or clearer shot here, putting a little bit of pressure with their forechecks here. Mandel brings it out. She gets a real nice sharp shot, but a good stick save there by the Chaska-Chan goaltender, who's played quite well tonight. Yet another one, she kicks to the corner, so not an obvious rebound here. Chaska-Chan looking for a clear, seemingly somewhat desperate because it's been down in their zone for quite some time. Finally, they get it out, although it's slightly deflected by Elise Tyus, and it looks like we may have an offsides here, John. So 13:49, our first whistle of the period here, and we'll have both teams have an opportunity for a change.
Yeah, good start to the third period by the Jags. A lot of zone time in the Chaska-Chan end and a few good chances, but still can't get one by the goalie.
First picks it up at right about the red line, kicks it deep, giving chase is Elise Tyus, who goes down to the end wall here and looking for her line mates there. She's got Towie out there. Puck is centered in front of the net, but no one's able to connect. Goes back into the neutral zone, picked up by Annabelle Linden. She puts it back in the offensive zone. Towie gives chase. She is shadowed by First, who's looking for an open puck here. She may indeed find it as they have a bit of a scrum down there. 2 Stormhawks on Towie as she tries to get the puck to her open line mate because of the double coverage. Eventually it gets to the Stormhawks. They are able to clear, but again, picked up by Lindman. So far, 2 minutes into this period, no extended offensive pressure by the Stormhawks, but they still have that 1-0 lead here.
Nice job of the Jags holding the line, getting it back deep.
And John, we talk about how close the series has been. In the second period, those of you who were tuned in may remember it looked like the Jags actually tied it, but it was ruled that the puck was kicked in. Probably a good ruling there by the referees after they conferred. So it was almost a 1-1 tie. As it is, it's 1-0 Stormhawks, but the Jags lead in shots 17-15 and have had the ice tilted in their favor so far this period here. Layla Perry tries to keep it in. It finally squirts out to a Stormhawk, but Perry comes back checks on her. Eventually, puck gets to Taylor Keith. She gets a clear back to Perry. She's got Allie Moore on her right, but brings it in deep. Both Keith and Perry look for a change. Allie Moore gives chase deep, looking for Towie, who has come onto the ice here, as well as Elise Tyus. It gets to Tyus' stick. Nice sharp shot that got through the defender. Good save again by the Chaska-Chan goaltender. Puck goes down to the end wall, but kicks back. Attempt to keep it in by first, but Chaska-Chan able to get a clear here. Kind of a little bit of a desperation dump of the puck down there. Marshall picks it up and puts it forward. Nice clear. Gets it out of the zone there. Good job by her. Towie then picks it up. She's got Tyus and First flanking her. First goes deep to try to pick up the puck. It's picked up by a Stormhawk here who gets it to neutral zone. Now brought into the offensive zone here. Giving chase is Feldman as well as Marshall. Nice little break up there by Feldman, but looks like Feldman's still down there. Puck elusive in terms of being able to make a stop, and it just squirts into the corner there. John, that was one of those where everyone was trying really hard to get it cleared. They just couldn't get it out, and eventually got by Megan DeLarwell.
Yeah, it's a bad bounce. Tyus is trying to rim the puck around the boards behind the net, and it ended up hitting another Jags player and bouncing right out in front to a Chaska player. So just an unlucky bounce in this case.
Unlucky bounce indeed, and Jags will look for their own lucky bounce here. They take the face-off here at center ice, kicks back to Marshall, up to Perry, who's able to get it into the offensive zone. Aggressive chase there by Taylor Keefe, who brings it to the end wall, up into the sidewall here. Picked up then by Allie Moore, looking to push it in front of the net for an open player. Eventually picked up by Perry, and then Marshall with a nice defensive stick right there to avoid a breakaway by a Chaska-Chan Stormhawk here. Puck kicked around, still in the defensive zone, but now into the neutral zone here. But the Jags looking to get it into an offensive opportunity. Brought back into the neutral zone here. Here come the Stormhawks trying to turn the corner. They do get a shot off, but a nice defensive stick, I think by Feldman. It kicks the puck over the net, so we're going to have a face-off to Megan DeLarwell. Right, 10-10 remaining here in the third period. 2-0 Stormhawks over the Jaguars.
Yeah, nice passing play by the Stormhawks, but good stick work by the Jags to get a deflection and knock it over the net.
Tyus kicks it back. It eventually finds Lainey Schramm's stick. She's looking for her forwards moving forward. Nice crisp pass over to First. He gets it to Tyus, but kicks off her stick and then back into the neutral zone. Schramm again controls, gets it to First. First puts it in deep. Goalie is able to kick it to the side in an attempt for her defenseman to be able to get a clear here. But deflection by First keeps it in the offensive zone. First gives chase deep. Jaguars looking like they're trying to get at least a couple players off here for a change. Long shift. And now we got a penalty coming
Jags
up here.
penalty coming up on Towie. Little too physical on a screen there, and going to go for interference.
So interference with 9:29 remaining here in the third. Jags will go on the penalty kill here, and they are down 2-0 here. So try and withstand the pressure that, of course, the Stormhawks are going to try to bring. Puck about to be dropped, and they're waiting for, I think, the penalty to get up on the board. The puck is indeed dropped. It's controlled by the Stormhawks. Jaguars going to their penalty kill formation here. Perry pushed into the boards there. Almost a little bit of a checking, but refs decided not too significant, so they didn't make a call. Attempted a centering pass, but it squirts through. Moore with a nice play off the boards, and looks like she might get a shorthanded opportunity. Indeed she does, and indeed she buries it. Terrific goal by Allie Moore. Brings the Jefferson Jaguars to 2-1. Terrific offensive effort. A lot of speed there, John.
Great play by Moore, using her speed as she always does. She's always works hard, and she has good speed and made a nice move around the defender and found an opening on the goalie's glove side.
So a shorthanded goal by Allie Moore there brings the Jaguars within 2-1, but they still have a minute and a half of a penalty to kill here. But the puck is taken back. Face-off initially won by the Jags, but here come the Stormhawks. Nice shoulder save by Megan DeLarwell. She's able to keep it out of the net. It goes to Perry's stick. She again has a streaking Allie Moore, who comes down, same place, gets a hold of the puck. Nice shot. This time, Stormhawk goalie got the better of it with her shoulder. Stopped a good point-blank opportunity. Jags playing terrific on the penalty kill here, John.
Another good opportunity. Moore couldn't quite control that puck, so by the time she got control of it, she had a bad angle to shoot.
Indeed, and it allowed the Stormhawk goalie some time to kind of get set, as she has most of the game here. She's been able to stop 20 of the 21 Jaguar shots. Stormhawks continue to try to set up here. Puck goes wide of the net, however. Stormhawks still control, as one would expect when they have the skater advantage, which they'll have for another half minute here. Puck is brought across here. Jaguars looking and getting a clear here. And Layla Perry with a nice interception, dumps it down deep, allows her and some of her line mates to get a change, at least tie us down deep. Jaguars playing really aggressive on this penalty kill here, and it paid off with the more goal and the more opportunity before.
Smart play by Perry to dump the puck and go for a change. They've been out there for a long time. And I think we just missed an offsides call there. Good opportunity for Chaska.
But the puck kicks out, and here comes Towie out of the box. She's going to get a breakaway. Brings it in, puts it in just wide of the net. Terrific opportunity for a hustling Towie. She can't quite get it, the shot on goal. So a bullet dodge there by the Stormhawks. But the Jaguars have been playing aggressive this period, including shorthanded, and that was a really terrific opportunity there. Shots are 22-16 for the Jags. Lead remains 2-1 for the Stormhawks. Stormhawks are able to give chase, win that race there, and looking to get a shot here. Cycling around is the Stormhawk player. She gets it to her forward right in front, but good stick there by the Jaguars D, because it deflects the puck over the net here. We're going to have Mendel try to get it clear here. Jaguars look to try to get it out of the zone. She gets some help from her mates, and but the puck still stays in. Nice save on a sneaky shot there. Good job by Megan Delarwell. And here's Towie really looking to get a clear here, but still can't happen. Almost a nice crisp pass and an opportunity for the Stormhawks, but that puck deflected here, goes into the corner. Towie again looking to get a clear, but again, it's intercepted by a Stormhawk. Traffic in front is able to deflect that puck. Been quite some time since they got it clear. Yep. They get one here. They take what is probably a wise icing at that point.
I was about to say, Jags could use another change here. They're out there for a long time and looking a little tired, and so smart play by Ella First to send it down for the icing and get a line change.
Layla Perry and others come out and give a stick tap to Megan Delarwell for putting up with all that pressure. Great job there by her. Face-off taken and won by Taylor Keith, controlled by Allie Moore. She's looking for her line mate, Layla Perry, but can't quite get it. Good clear by Janzig de la Luz. Puck bouncing around in the neutral zone here. Back into the neutral zone after slightly going into the Jaguars' defensive zone. Allie Moore picks it up here on the blue line. She brings it in deep here. 5:33 remaining here in this third period. Jaguars looking to equalize this game down 2-1 here. Looks like puck is in the offensive zone for the Stormhawks. Jaguars unable to control it, but a nice save by Megan Delarwell. She's able to kick the rebound. Jaguars do finally get a clear here, and puck gets eventually from Allie Moore's to Layla Perry's stick, brought down low. Allie Moore behind the net, looking for an opportunity, gets it to Allison Lindman's stick. That's broken up by a couple of Stormhawks, who then begin their own rush into the zone, but puck is kicked back by Moore into the defensive zone. Good back checking there by Allie Moore. She goes for a well-deserved change, and we have Ella First get onto the ice here, as well as Elise Tyus. We still have Layla Perry, who's on the ice from that previous shift. She's looking to make a change now, and Towie will jump on. Here come the Stormhawks. They might have a 2-on-1. They indeed do, but puck gets behind the player. First is able to pick it up, get a clear, and is looking to get a shot opportunity here. She brings it down on the corner, looks for a cross-ice pass for Towie, broken up by the Stormhawks. who again turn back. They're getting their workout here, John. 200 feet up and down here. Here comes the shot. Nice stick save and push to the side by Megan Delarwell. Jaguars looking for a clear of their own here. Towie with a very nice job with her stick. She gets it to first, and Towie in first streak down, put down low by first. Towie gives chase in the opposite corner. She's looking to skate behind the net, but puck gets away from her onto a Stormhawk stick. Stormhawks looking for their own offensive opportunity. Marshall is able to give chase and get a nice clear using the board. Oh, it didn't go out. It was maybe 6 inches from going out there, but a nice effective use of the boards. Now it goes out. Good job by Taylor Keith, who puts on the jets of her own, looking for offensive opportunity, draws a penalty. Really nice job by Taylor Keith.
Yes, nice play by Keith, driving in the net, using her speed and forcing the defender to take a penalty.
Indeed, you saw Taylor really put on the jets there. It forced the Stormhawks to react, forced them to take a penalty, which I assume is going to be a hook, and indeed that does look like it's going to be the call. And John, we only have 3:21 remaining here in this third. It's going to be good to have a 2-minute power play here as the Jags try to even up the game. Face-off is being moved to the opposite face-off circle, this time to the Stormhawks goalie's right. The aforementioned Taylor Keith takes the face-off. Jags are able to control. Back to Lainey Schramm at the blue line. She tries to bring it forward to Allie Moore. Allie Moore gets it behind the net, looking for her mates. Jaguars looking to cycle it around, gets back to Allie Moore. She's looking for Layla Perry in front, but she is Taylor Keith in the corner. Mendel tries to get a shot. It deflects a little bit high and passes the net. Not a shot on goal here. Here comes Lainey Schramm with a nice shot on goal. Indeed. Kind of a seeing eye shot there, but got some good lift on it. But,
good.
Stormhawk goalie was equal.
And good movement on that power play. Jags did a good job controlling the puck, not panicking, waiting until they had a good passing lane.
And got a good shot off.
Yep.
But the Stormhawk goalie has played well all game, was able to glove that one there. So Stormhawks looking to get a clear here. They do. And of course, they can kick it down as deep as they want because they are on the penalty kill here. Lainey Schramm catches up to the puck, gets it to Taylor Keith, who is able to pry it off the boards. She brings it to center ice, but intercepted. Now picked up by the Jaguars, by Allie Moore, but she's met right at the line by a Stormhawk defender. Here comes Lainey Schramm, kicks it to Layla Perry in the middle, kept in by Mendel. So some continued potential opportunities, but Stormhawks able to intercept, able to dump it down low. 45 seconds remaining here in the power play. 2 minutes approximately remaining in the third period here. And the fans protesting an icing call here. The ref is actually looking into the stands, seemingly confident in his decision. It did look, John, at least to me, like the puck got deflected and that shouldn't have been icing.
It was very close. I couldn't quite tell on that one, but have to give the ref the benefit of the doubt. Overall, they've called a pretty good game.
Indeed. 2 minutes remaining here in the third period. Mendel behind the net. She's trying to get it forward. She does get it to Lainey Schramm. Jags try to break it out here. They have 27 seconds remaining here in their power play. First gets it, picks it up, puts it to Towie, who is in the corner. She's going to look for some open mates. Jaguars are going to look to try to cycle it again as they did before. But Towie goes down. Gets it to Lainey Schramm on the blue line. She gets it back to first, back to Lainey Schramm, who again gets another shot, but hit by traffic in the middle. A couple of good shots by Schramm, but that one hits them.
Jags have pulled their goalie.
Yes, they have. Minute 19 remaining, 6 on 5. Allie Moore brings it down deep. Jaguars looking to get that equalizer here, a minute and 11 remaining. And Stormhawks conversely trying to get a clear, if not a goal. But nice stick work there by Mendel. Kept it from becoming that kind of an opportunity. But here come the Stormhawks, and a little bit of muscle put on that attempt at an empty net goal. Hit some traffic in front. Here comes Allie Moore, looking for Elise Tyus on the blue line. But that ended up being a very clear-cut icing. It'll go back into the defensive zone. So thus we will have Megan Delarwell come back on the ice It'll be a 5-on-5, 48.7 seconds remaining here in the third period. 2-1 lead for the Stormhawks. Taylor Keith on the draw, kicks it forward to Perry, but that gets intercepted. And here comes Lainey Schramm. She gets it up to Allie Moore. Attempted an interception. Good hustle and muscle by Allie Moore to keep it in the offensive zone. Same with Lainey Schramm, who's having a good, Jalarwell just got pulled again. 22 seconds remaining here. That extra skater advantage helped. We got a point-blank shot by at least Tyus, but the Stormhawk goalie right there for us. So
good opportunity by Tyus, but she was in pretty tight, so goalie challenged her and not much to shoot at for Tyus. Looks like a timeout coming up for the Jags.
Good strategic use of a timeout here. 22.5 seconds remaining. Coach KP has the whiteboard there. Players gathered all around. Jags have certainly played well in this game, as have the Stormhawks, and this is, as we mentioned a few times now, John, it's been quite a series.
It's been a very good series. All games have been 2 goals or less, and this game has been kind of a game of periods. The first period, Jags had the edge. Second period was controlled more by Chaska-Chan, and third period, Jags have had better of the play, but Chaska still has a 1-goal lead with 22.5 seconds to go.
Jags with the shots lead 25-18. If you remember after the second, John, it was much, much more even. So this has been the ice tilted towards the Jaguars side this time, and they have been able to get a goal this period by Allie Moore, and looking to get one more here. So buzzer sounds. We'll see who they skate out and who they line up with their 6 that are out here. Perhaps the 6 that were out before, maybe Coach KP is drawing up something a little bit different, but the players are all going to be raring to go, and all of them have a little bit of a breather here on the timeout, so well taken there. Face-off will be to the right of the Stormhawk goalie. We'll have Allie Moore, Mendel, we'll have Elise Pius, Taylor Keith, Layla Perry, and Lainey Schramm out here. Face-off taken and won. And here comes Mendel with the shot covered by the Stormhawk goalie. So nice opportunity there by the Jags, and a little bit of a scrum down there.
Yeah, nice face-off win by Taylor Keith. Very critical time here. If Chaska manages to get the face-off, they can kill precious seconds. So Taylor Keith can get another face-off win, it'll be very big here.
So that was an official shot. We're up to 26 at this point. 17.7 seconds remaining. Taylor Keith will try to replicate that formula, and Jags trying to get another shot, and certainly a goal here to try to tie it up here. Puck goes into the corner here. A little bit of a scrum in the corner. A very nice clear by the Stormhawks. That's going to eat away precious seconds here, and we're down to about 5, so it's going to be tough. No open net goal here, but buzzer sounds. The Stormhawks win a very well-played game and a very well-played series. Congratulations to both teams, and Jags just came up a little short tonight.
Yep, yes. Another good game. All 3 games have been very closely matched. Jags just ended up on the short end of the stick this time.
These teams really got to know each other over this series, and of course, every year we play Chaska Chanhassen twice, and with a lot of these JV players, freshmen and sophomore, they're really going to get used to each other in the next several years. So that'll be something fun to see here, and players all giving each other 5, as well as the coaches. And again, not only do they get to know each other from this series, but as you know, John, a lot of them play summer hockey in different leagues together as well. So they get to know each other as well. You have some gather at center ice afterwards, as you often do after these games. And speaking of games, while we would love to bring you what's sure to be quite a competitive varsity game against Chaska Chan, this is one of those rinks where they have it contracted out to another service. We're not allowed to bring it to you. So for those of you headed out here, we look forward to seeing you, and I'm sure you're all going to hear a whole lot about it, because it's hopefully going to be a great game, but we're not going to be able to bring you the varsity game tonight. So, John, great to work with you tonight. Any final thoughts here?
yeah, looking forward to a good varsity game, and yes, both teams should be happy with how they played. It was again another good, close, well-fought game. Yep.
Well, big thanks to our cameraman, Kurt Krenz, who was also our tech guy as we tried to solve some of the first period challenges as well. Thanks to you, John Woodford. I'm John Rash. We'll be joining you on Saturday. We'll be able to bring you both games from the Richfield Ice Arena, where we take on one of the Jaguars' main rivals, the Holy Angels team, and we will have a 1 o'clock JV game, a 3 o'clock varsity game. Please join us then, or join us at the rink in Richfield as well. For John Woodford and Kurt Krenz, I'm John Rash. Have a good night, everybody.